This week on Deep Dive, I'm joined by my good friend Ryan Cristian. You'll know him as the Last American Vagabond. We will be talking about censorship, not just online censorship, but censorship of information, bit burning or book burning as it's called. To do that, we need to talk about who owns the media. There's 6 big media corporations that really run the US media and the world media. They're all connected. So these big 6 media corporations are GE, which is General Electric, they have 183 billion. Disney at 37.8 billion. News Corp at 33 billion. Time Warner, which was the Warner Brothers connected with TNT, 31.1 billion. Viacom, 14.43 billion, and CBS, 14 billion. 14 billion. So they're the top 6 in the world that really own the media. Now we've just seen that the Iron Man of today, Elon Musk, Mr. Baphomet wearing Halloween costume, he's just bought Twitter apparently. And on the surface, it looks like Musk has just bought Twitter solely for 44 billion. 44 billion, he just had a little role there on a social media app. But that's not the case if you look a little bit further. It appears that he's got a loan of 25.5 billion from Morgan Stanley. So that's over half of it already loaned. And he would have to sell 21 billion in equity financing, so shares, out to other people. And guess who will probably buy those shares? It will probably be people like BlackRock and Vanguard. Now, who are the shareholders of Morgan Stanley? Well, they include Vanguard and BlackRock. BlackRock being a symbol for Saturn. The whole Saturn symbology and what we talk about by Satanism comes into this. This is a whole web here that you can really lose yourself down if you go into it. The news in the US is controlled mostly by Reuters and Associated Press. So that's where the hub of the news comes from. And I'm sure you've seen all of these clips mashed together and these mash cuts together of news presenters actually saying the same words, and it's cut, 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 cut. I'm sure you've seen these. That's because they get the same news from Reuters and Associated Press.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
Now they'll pitch different news companies against each other, but they are really all one, answering to the same hierarchy. So you've got Reuters and Associated Press. An example of this is CBS and NBC will put out one story, and it's usually quite left-wing, pro-Ukraine war. It's pro-climate change, it's always against Trump. And then you have the right-wing, apparently, media, which you get Fox. But then you look at things like who owns some of these different places, like Vice. Vice is owned by its shareholders, and one of the shareholders is Rupert Murdoch's son, who obviously owns Fox News. So it's all connected, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So the news in the UK is owned by Reach plc, DMG Media and News UK. And surprise, surprise, News UK is owned by News Corp, which is one of the big 6 that I said about in the US. So we'll be talking about who owns the media and new media, social media. It's the same people that have always owned it. And why do they own it, and what for, and how is this controlling our perception? Because information leads to your perception of the world, which has the knock-on effect of how you react and act within the world. So guys, please enjoy the interview. Check out The Last American Vagabond. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and I'll see you soon.